Hello everyone. Today let's look at another interview question. How do you tell if a product is poorly designed? So let's revisit the 10 design principles we looked at in the previous video. And a good product has to be innovative, useful, aesthetic, understandable, obtrusive, honest, long lasting, thorough, environmentally friendly, and it needs to be very simple. I did explain these principles in a bit more detail in my previous video on how do you tell if a product is well designed. So we're looking at these design principles to help us answer this question as well. So let's look at it. So what's a poorly designed product? As simple as it sounds, a poorly designed product is any product that fails to meet majority of the 10 design principles or fails to meet the top 3 10 design principles I have listed down here in my previous slide, which are innovative, useful, and aesthetic, right? Now, in an interview setting, if you were to answer this question, you would want to clarify any kind of assumptions you may have, such as accounting for bias or accounting for the market conditions and the current performance of the product as such, right? Then you can mention 2 to 3 factors or principles you consider are important in a well designed product. And you have to identify an application that is failing to meet these 2 to 3 design principles and explain how the application fails to meet these 2 to 3 principles. At the end, you can also summarize. So let's look at some examples now. TV remote is an example of a product that has too many options and buttons when all you need is just a couple of buttons. Each TV remote has different layouts and different buttons which represent different functionalities, and it can be very confusing to the users, right? It's not very intuitive as such and is somewhat unobtrusive. Users do not necessarily need or use most of the buttons except for the channel and the volume ones. But of course, there are some smart TVs which have simpler designs nowadays, but vast majority of the TVs have the old style remote. Microwave is an example of another poorly designed product. While their function is very simple, which is to heat up for a set time, they have additional buttons that are not used by majority of the people most of the time. Yes, you might say temperature adjustment is important, but I doubt most people do that or care about that. These additional buttons might make it more complicated and eventually make it a bad design for a very simple functional product. Lastly, we have ATMs, which is another example of a poorly designed product. ATMs are inconvenient for most users. Users can also forget their card that they have swiped or even jam their card when in a hurry because of multiple reasons. It can be because of their anxiety or it can be that they just don't know how to operate, right? It's a bad user experience if this happens very frequently. And first time users might find it more confusing to understand how to use all the options that are available in an ATM. And each ATM is built differently, which makes it more confusing to the users. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos.